10 months ago, I made a video titled Everything Wrong with Call of Duty Vanguard Part 1. It was during the beta of Call of Duty Vanguard, and I could tell this game wasn't going to be it. But since it was the beta, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I got a comment on this video. Somebody said, with a little bit of work, you know, if you scripted out your videos, they could be really good. Well, here we go. Here's the scripted one. Everything Wrong with Call of Duty Vanguard Part 2. This game sucks. Before we get into it, let me give you guys a little 30-second montage of everything I said sucked in the beta that was still in the game once the full game came out. So you got a Japanese guy with an American flag holding a German gun, and guess what? Got a British guy telling me, oh, you got your UAV or whatever, you got your intel, your recon. So the British guy is like on the side of the guy that's killing an American, even though they were on the same team in World War II. It takes you out of the experience. In this game, there's no factions. It's just a straight cop-out for one, microtransactions, and two, the not wanting to be controversial. Gunsmith is absolutely insane to me. You have red dot sights, basically like holographic sights, all this shit that never, ever, ever was even close to existing in World War II. So I gotta be honest with you guys, I wasn't super familiar with Call of Duty Vanguard. I didn't play it a lot this year. And that's because, you know, in this video, the part 1, it was in September. We had bought a house in August. It was September. We didn't move in until January because we were working on the house the whole time. So I didn't have any time to play video games. Basically between August and like maybe February is kind of when I started again, when we finally moved in January and I got settled in. So I didn't play a lot of Vanguard, and really all I did was I played the new Warzone map maybe 5 times, and I was pretty big into Verdansk. And I don't really like the new Warzone map. I think it sucks. But beyond that, you know, and then that's just not me hating, because like I said, I enjoyed Warzone. Vanguard multiplayer is just awful. I mean, I opened the game up for the first time in who knows how long, and this is what I'm greeted with. Why the hell are we doing Godzilla versus King Kong in a World War II game? Now, this isn't very surprising. You know, I just ran that little montage and we had, there's no enemy teams. It's just my team versus enemy team. There's no like, you know, oh, kill the Nazis, kill the Japanese, kill the Americans, kill the British, kill the Russians, who cares? There's none of that, okay? And there's red dot sights everywhere. It's the most unrealistic game as far as portraying World War II I've ever seen. But then they just can't stop themselves, and they do this bullshit with Godzilla versus King Kong. Like, there's literally nothing that could get me to turn off the game fast enough than something like that. I think they want to do these events for Warzone, but what the problem is that it then bleeds over into Call of Duty Vanguard. So you got these like events for Godzilla versus King Kong, which by the way, apparently that sucked too, like within Warzone, people didn't like it. But they do it for Warzone. But then you have like these blue fire-breathing guns that people are running around with supposedly in 1943, I guess, or 42 or 45, whenever this game is supposed to take place in. And so like, I have a problem with that. Is Warzone its own game, or is Warzone Vanguard, or is Warzone Modern Warfare, or is Warzone Black Ops Cold War? I don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of how they've done all this, because to me it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. It takes you out of the experience completely, because you're just thinking about how, oh, that guy bought that from the store, that guy bought this from the store. Everybody has some sort of stupid ass skin. It doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you, I'll go back and play Call of Duty World at War multiplayer, and it's like, okay, that guy looks like a Nazi, okay, that guy looks like a Russian, that guy looks like an American, that guy looks Japanese, and that's fine with me. I don't need anything else. What are we doing here? It doesn't make sense to me. I can't do the Snoop Dogg thing. I can't. It was fine in Call of Duty Ghost when he was telling you, oh, go capture the B flag or whatever, but I can't do this in this game. Like, it literally makes me want to turn the game off. Like, do not sell me a World War II game if this is what you're going to do. Now, the problem is I knew they were going to do this, and I bought it anyways because I wanted the stuff for Warzone, but the issue with that is I never got a really chance to play it because I was too busy. So that's my personal thing. But regardless, Call of Duty Vanguard has like little to no World War II qualities of it. Go watch a World War II documentary. I'm begging you, just go watch one episode of World War II documentary on Netflix. Then come back here and tell me that there's anything in this game that's even remotely similar to World War II. It's not. The store is a joke. The store in Call of Duty Vanguard is literally one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Okay, we're going to scroll through the little shop of horrors here in real time. We're going to see what we find. So, first off, you have something, you know, like this. Bombardier, which actually looks like it could be World War II, right? Okay, well, enough of that. Time for some breakfast. Scrambled eggs on a gun. Why? Why are we doing this? Sausage, pancakes, little anime character guy. I mean, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. But, you know, then we have guns with, like, tracer rounds. Or it's like a pirate theme. Or that guy looked like a zombie or something holding a gun. Then you got stuff with scales and fire coming off of it. It looks like a dragon. I mean, this one looks like it's from outer space. We got a clown here for some reason. I don't know why, but we got a clown. So, you know, be excited for that. And it's like, if you are in the mood for potentially like blood rituals, you know, praising Satan, Bohemian Grove, we got what you want too. We got let's see, horns, devils, Krampus, Curse of the Ancients, whatever that means. I mean, this game is so ridiculous. If you really look at it, there's nothing World War II about this game. Like, literally the most evil shit ever done is what the Nazis did to the Jews in World War II. Yet this game, like, makes you wishing for Nazis. It's like, can I just have Nazis, please? Like, I just want to kill Nazis. That's all I want to do. Where's the Japanese guys at? Where are the Nazis at? Like, somehow, this is the first time in history that anybody has been wishing for Nazis, because it would be better and make more sense than what this game gives you. Just imagine, it's 1945, you're in a fierce battle with the Japanese, you're storming the islands of Okinawa and Iwo Jima. The military feels like their back's up against the wall, they have no choice. It's time for a microtransaction. Listen, the Japs are really on our ass back there. We're lucky we even made it out alive. Well, regardless, we're gonna have to fight our way through this. They didn't send us enough troops or artillery. We're fucked. Yeah, well, you know, it's not like it's 2022. We don't have some sort of advanced technology. Gentlemen, I have some good news. Huh? Government has finally approved a long-running secret operation we've been running called Project Microtransaction. We're bringing in super soldiers from the future to help fight this war. I have somebody I want you to meet. This is Dope Smoker 420, Scary Rabbit, Mafia, Bioshock, Tracer Pack. He's the goddamn son of a bitch that's gonna help us win this war. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Let me take my hat off. Sure. Well, first of all, why the hell are you dressed like that? Everybody dresses like this in the future. What do you mean? Oh, this is weed. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you guys probably call it marijuana. I know you're old, but in the future, everybody smokes this. It's hated on now, but trust me, it's great. You want to see something? Check this out. This is called an emote. Check this out. Ready? We're just...
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I mean, where's your weapon? Oh, you guys want to see my weapon? Of course. Wow, check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Can you believe everybody in the future actually has one of these? Pretty crazy. Ooh. Just caught you off guard there. All right. We're not playing around, guys. We got a war to win. Let's go. Why does that plane look like it's getting so big? So fast. The store is stupid because you're spending all this money on all this bullshit that nobody cares about unless you're 8 years old. What I miss in video games, what I miss in Call of Duty is the ability to go to the barracks, go to the challenges, or go to whatever, and look at every gun you can unlock. And you know, unless you prestige, if you go through your leveling, you're going to unlock all those guns. And then that's it. And then you prestige, lose the guns, lose your progress, get a new symbol, and you start over. Now they have you always chasing the carrot on the stick, and it sucks, and I hate it. And the problem is games are not going any further away from this. They're getting much closer to it. Every game is going to be a live service game in 5 to 10 years. And that's just how it's going now. The microtransactions are killing gaming. It's horrible. It's one of the worst things I've experienced, you know, in my 25 years of life, as far as something that I enjoyed sucking. Like, for example, wrestling sucks. Professional wrestling is horrible. I hate it. When I was young, I loved it because it was more edgy. There was more blood. There was more guts. There was more, you know, trash talk. There wasn't guys doing 90,000 flips off the top rope. It's horrible now. Nobody wants to watch that. Every grown man I know that grew up watching wrestling hates it now. Unless we're talking about like 80s and 90s stuff, they'll go back and talk about that. You know, and that's just like one example of something I really liked when I was a kid. Now it sucks. And there's more examples of stuff like that. But regardless, video games are now going that way, where it's like everything you enjoy, oh, it sucks. You know, you wanted to play video games? What are you, an idiot? We do this now. You better be paying, you know, $3,000 for the rose skin so you can hide in the corner in the dark like an idiot. Essentially, everything we've talked about so far has just been aesthetics. We're talking about camos, operators, the stuff you can buy in the store, like the voice of the character that's bossing you around, what the attachments look like, how they're unrealistic. But we're going to be talking about here the gameplay, and why I think the gameplay is fundamentally broken in Call of Duty. It has been for quite some time. I think really the first Call of Duty to kind of ruin gameplay was Black Ops 2, only because it felt like there was such a premium on basically rushing. If you play Black Ops 2 and you just ran around with like a suppressed MP7 with EMP grenades and C4, you could just run around, spam EMP grenades, spam C4, and you would destroy everybody with like the PDW MP7. But you could still play other ways though in that game. They had like the target finder, and they had like the M8, the XM8 was really good, the M81, whatever it was called. It was a really good assault rifle. So they had guns that were good, but the shotguns and the SMGs were dominant in Black Ops 2, but you could play other ways. Every map, it's just full of nothing but choke points. There's no like room to breathe, so you can like maybe flank somebody or go around, or like, you know, it's like every game you're fighting for your life, running as fast as you can. Shoot, die. Shoot, die. Shoot, die. Oh, and maybe you'll go on a 4-kill streak if you're lucky. Probably not, because of skill-based matchmaking, you're gonna play some sweaty asshole that's trying even harder than you are, if that's possible. This map right here was in the beta, and it's a perfect example of the kind of gameplay I'm talking about. So essentially, it's just one long hallway that you're just supposed to shoot each other. And there's little rooms to the left and to the right that, you know, you can go in and hide basically, but essentially the gameplay is just going to the middle, shooting each other, die, respawn, you know, the same thing over and over and over again. There's no nuance. Think of a map like Afghan in Modern Warfare 2, for example, where you have the cliff, you have the bunkers, you have the airplane in the middle to hide in, you have the cave. Like, there's a bunch of different spots, a bunch of different areas. The maps almost feel like an open sandbox in a way, kind of almost like the maps are almost like an open world where there's different areas and spots for you to go. And these maps in recent Call of Duties, they're always funneling you into the same 2 or 3 spots, almost like they're trying to turn every map into a version of Nuketown. And it is super, like, you know, like I think I said before in this video, like ADD kid or something like that, where it's just constant run, shoot, die, run, shoot, die, run, shoot, die, run, shoot, die, over and over and over and over and over again, to the point where the gameplay gets boring, because it's like, how long am I gonna do the same thing over and over and over again? You know, if I play every map like Nuketown, I'll be exhausted in 45 seconds. I don't feel like playing anymore. And it's just, it's such a shame that Call of Duty has gotten to this point. Now, there are every once in a while times when you can figure out a way to kind of play a slow-paced, more calm style, and I'll show you that too, but that's more few and far between. In order to play a slower paced style, you basically have to put a deployable cover down in like a perfect spot. And this is an example of me putting one down in like a really good spot, where I was able to kind of check this door here, check this window, come around the truck, check people coming from this way, and then I can go back to my cover and see, you know, if someone's coming from the middle. But for the most part though, this doesn't last long, because your deployable cover, you know, can go away. And also there's so many spots now where people can get around you and flank you. The previous map, I said there kind of was no ability to flank because it was kind of like a Nuketown type map. Well, there's basically 2 types of maps now. There's a map that's like a Nuketown, just tight corridors, or there's a map like this where either you're in a window or you're running around out in the open. There's no, you know, the previous maps were kind of built for you to be able to hold down areas, but now they're not, so you can get flanked and killed fairly easily. I purposely, getting gameplay for this video, I attempted to get the highest kill streak in the game. I didn't care what map it was on, I just wanted to get the best kill streak in the game to see if it was worth it, and it sucked. I felt nothing, I wasn't excited, and you know, if I play Modern Warfare 2 today, and I'm going for a nuke, and I got that AC-130 or that chopper gunner, and I got like, you know, I'm on like a 13 kill streak, 14 kill streak, and it's like, I need like 10 kills for this nuke, my palms start getting sweaty. Knees weak and my arms are heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the cervix, I look calm and ready. Anyways, I get nervous getting a nuke in 2022, and that game came out 13 years ago, and like I get the high kill streak in Call of Duty Vanguard. I feel nothing. I feel numb. And the thing is, people are like, oh, well, you've played for so long, you know, it's the same shit every year. No, it's not, because when I play Call of Duty World at War, I feel like I'm in World War II. When I play Modern Warfare 2 and I'm going for a nuke, I feel nervous and I'm getting scared that I'm gonna die. These games, if I'm like numb to Call of Duty because I played so much of it, why do the old games still affect me so much? Because they're real, they're gritty, they're authentic. This game isn't. This game is mush. This game is just like matter. It just exists, but there's nothing to it. There's nothing. You know, you take the mask off of this game, it's just hollow. There's nothing there. It's just a hole. There's no soul. It's like a robot underneath. Like it's like circuitry and wires. There's no flesh to this game. It's just nothing.
Oh, you don't like Call of Duty Vanguard because it's not realistic. Well, it's Call of Duty, idiot. You should have known it wasn't going to be realistic. If you want realism, go play a game like Hell Let Loose.
Are you a spy? Who are you? Who are you? Are you a spy? No, you're not? I think you're a spy. Why are you back here where everybody else is giving their life for their country? I think you're a spy. I am a commissar. You have been found guilty.
Well, I'll tell you, I play Hell Let Loose, and that game sucks too. That game's horrible. I tried playing that game, I had no clue what the fuck was going on. I was driving a car, I mean, that part was kind of fun, but like, I had no clue what was happening. There's no hit markers, you don't know if you killed a guy. I actually ended the game and I had like hella more kills than I thought I did. I'm pretty sure I killed like 5 people with a grenade. But there's no way for me to know I do that because there's no lettering on the screen. There's no hit markers. There's nothing that tells you, hey Tyler, you're doing a good job playing this game. You just killed like 5 Nazis. Good job. Or you just killed like 5 Americans. Good job. But hey, you know what? At least they acknowledge that the countries exist. That's, you know, that's swell, isn't it? That they can acknowledge that countries that fought in the world's greatest war existed. Can you believe that? But that's basically where it stops. I mean, the game obviously has got more of a realistic tone. You know, the character models look more like they'd be from World War II. The guns are authentic. There's not a bunch of crazy camos and shit like that. And I can respect it. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I respect. It's like, okay, cool. But the gameplay is horrible. The gameplay sucks. And it's like, it's almost like the exact opposite of Call of Duty Vanguard. It's kind of really authentic. But the gameplay also sucks like Call of Duty Vanguard. But it sucks for the exact opposite reasons. Where it's really slow. The maps are huge. It's like somebody had a stroke and tried to make a World War II Battlefield game. And it's just like, it doesn't work. But you see, as far as aesthetics go, look at this game. This game looks like World War II to me. So like, the issue is that when people talk about World War II, they talk about, oh, it's a boring, nobody wants to play a World War II game. World War II doesn't mean boring. Like, realism doesn't mean boring. Like, a game can be realistic. Like how this game looks realistic, the character model and the guns. But just don't have clowns. Don't have these crazy camos. Like, can we have some sort of middle ground where the game is realistic and it's fun to play? please. Like, that's literally all I want. Like, look at the character models. Look at this forest. Look at the gun. Like, this is what a World War II game should look like. This is quintessential World War II right here. Not all this nonsense with all these red dot sights and holographic sights and 90 grips and putting 30,000 attachments on your gun. World War II doesn't have to be a dead genre. But if they're going to keep treating it like garbage over there at Activision and keep making these ridiculous fake World War II games, then unfortunately, it is a dead genre. When it comes to microtransactions, it seems like we're just getting started in gaming. Not only with Call of Duty, but other franchises as well. And it's horrible for me because I don't care about free to play. I don't want to play these games where you got to grind 1 billion hours or, you know, pay a little season pass. If I really had to, I'd rather pay like 40 bucks and get everything. But the problem is they want to keep you buying. And like for me, I hate it. I don't like it. I think it's horrible, and I do not want to partake in this system. And on the flip side, the World War II genre seems to be dying or dead when it comes to games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, trying to make a realistic, gritty World War II game. It doesn't seem to happen anymore, and I don't know when the next time is we'll get a good World War II AAA game. You got games like Hell Let Loose and these other games that try, but they're just not what I expect. I want World at War Part 2. And when will we get that? Probably never. But hey, at least we have the good times to look back on. I'm Tap, I play games. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.